If you don't know who Patriot Mobile is, they are an incredible mobile service when it comes to cell phone service. They are the only company that I've ever come across that actually puts the customer first, not the business first. And they are faith, family, and freedom oriented. So when it comes to them being America first, Christians, family first, that's who they represent, and they do it well.
Patriot Mobile. All right.
If you want to try out Patriot Mobile, you bring your own device. If you go to patriotmobile.com/NRP, so that's Nick's Right Podcast, NRP, you'll get your first month free. And I guarantee you'll be able to use the same cell phone towers that you're using now, but you'll actually have a higher importance when it comes to gaining your signal because you'll be right below first responders. You won't be low person on the totem pole when it comes to Spectrum. Man, I'm switching. Like, I'm tired of Spectrum. I can't do anything unless it's on Wi-Fi. And so every time that Wi-Fi doesn't work, I have to turn off the Wi-Fi, and then it just slows way down, even though it's on 5G ultra wideband or whatever it is. Spectrum sucks, dude. It sucks. All right. So
what's the next comment?
One guy said, I gave up. You took too long.
All of these fall in the same category. It's the blinky nappy nap category.
It's funny though. Let's see. Miss Green is how I remember this and how I was taught. So they're agreeing with you. Or Gren. I don't know if she meant to spell it Gren.
Oh, that's their teacher's name, I think.
Yeah, I say it as Green though, so maybe they forgot an E, but it might be Gren. I don't know.
Oh, it might have been Gren. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. This was a long convoluted one, but let's see what it says. I don't even know what it says. We're gonna read it together. I just wasted my time. I should have known when he said God told me I should have swiped up, but I stayed, and now I can't get that time back. We need to start regulating who can have a podcast. That's funny. Well, sometimes it's the best that people don't hear what you have to say. Oh, then the people who clap back right away. Jamal. Huh?
Yeah, TikTok needs to hire that person.
And then Jamel came back and said, "But would you kill a baby?" Because that's what the topic is. Then someone came back afterwards, and I don't like this, or maybe they're talking about the person who made the first comment. They said, we need to start regulating who can comment.
Yeah, that was a clapback from the...
for the first comment.
Yeah.
That was good. Someone said, does not breathe, and I said, yes, they do. I don't like to argue with people via the comment section. I would rather do it this way.
Sure, yeah.
Just because if you can only... because people have too much power over the conversation whenever they are arguing. This is what my brother does. You know the kind of issues I'm having with my brother. He only wants to communicate via text or via comment section, and I think the reason why is because that gives them control over the conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
So if they don't like the way it's going, they can just leave or they can hang up on you. Because Jay's bad about hanging up on people. And the reason why I'm saying Jay is because his real name is not that. So that's just how I know him. And then someone comes back after they said, does not breathe. And I said, yes, they do. And they said, no, they don't. They get oxygen from the mother's blood, but do not breathe on air. I didn't respond back because I don't argue with people via text. Unless it's you, Nick.
Well, I mean, that's correct. That's correct. They get oxygen. There's that gaseous exchange. That oxygen has to turn into something and then get transported away with the mother's blood to the umbilical and all that. So, yeah.
So here's something else, and maybe you can talk about this because there's no comments on it. She said, this is from F. Lewis. It looks like a woman from the profile picture. And she said, this sounds very pro-choice to me. Being zygotes cannot do all 7 things, but what do I know? Do you want to respond to that or no?
Well,
there's no responses to it. So do you want to respond to that?
No, I just think that she probably heard me say breathe in, breathe out, and know that
Yeah.
zygotes don't have lungs to breathe in and breathe out.
Right.
And
Right.
so yeah,
In other
they
words, your
obviously
layman analogy is biting you in the
was
butt
too
here.
lame an analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yeah. I
But
mean,
if you would have said it the right way, you would have had a longer explanation and we would have had
exactly.
more of those other comments.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd have said gaseous exchange, I'm sure
People would
her
be like, "What's a
comment
gaseous exchange?"
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's flatulence.
All
Just
right,
keep
so
going.
I've already read this one to you, and I'll let you explain what it is because I didn't know what it was until you explained it to me. It says, "I prefer the cake analogy."
Oh, the cake analogy.
So go ahead and explain that.
I agree with that. I prefer the cake analogy too. To be honest with you, yeah, it's the Bill Burr, the stand-up comedian Bill Burr, when he said, if I want to make a cake and I put all the ingredients together and I stick it in the oven for 50 minutes, and then you come along and you pull it out after 10 minutes and just throw it on the floor, I would have been like, "Hey, that was my cake," and they said that wasn't a cake. And Bill Burr's argument was, well, it would have been a cake if you hadn't come and taken it and thrown it on the floor. Which
Right.
is the same thing as a zygote becoming an embryo, becoming a baby, becoming a human being, or not a
Yeah.
human being, but a toddler. If you hadn't come along and scraped it out in an
Yeah.
exercise of cold blood and murder.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that analogy too. So thank you for explaining.
I'm sorry if everybody just checked out because of my explanation, but I don't care.
That's great. Could you just it's gonna be another 3-minute explanation.
I know, another 3-minute explanation.
Luke Erickson said, "I'm starting to understand why he's never heard anyone ever make this argument."
Well, it is rare, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah,
but Lar from earlier, thought of the argument, so yeah, it's out there.
Well,
I think more conservatives need to make the argument. Be honest with you.
Well, they need to make it not so layman terms. That way, there's no
fine.
So much kickback.
Perfect it. That's fine, but it needs to be made.
All right. So moving on, a guy named T-Bone7282 said, "Yeah, I'm pro-life, but you lost me. Not sure all that's true, but conception is starting at life. Or, I'm sorry, but conception is start of life. That's what he said. But conception is start of life. So grammatical skills are a little off, but I think he meant to do it that way just to keep it short.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you agree with the 7 characteristics or not, as long as you believe that conception is when life begins. I don't really care.
Yeah. Well, no, he believes that he doesn't, and I think he said not sure all that's true, which means he can't refute it or agree with it, but he says life does start at conception. A person named EU, Edward University. I don't. What's the code word for you? For the military code word?
Oh, what would that be?
Edward. Oh, dang. I can't think of it. I used to
umbrella. I think it's umbrella.
Is it umbrella? Edward Umbrella. Terrible communication skills is what he said.
Yeah, that's great.
How quickly he swaps the word life with a life to make his personhood argument.
He didn't listen to what I was saying.
Well, that's the thing. And I think that's what a lot of people were arguing when it comes to like, hey, just get to the point, because the attention span of people are a lot shorter now. That's why we put up clips. That's why we put up clips on TikTok where, it's between 30 seconds and a minute and 30 seconds. That way they don't lose. It is sad, but it's just the nature of the beast now. Now, there's still a big audience out there that listens to all of our stuff. And this is probably the longest episode that we've ever had, because I think we just went over an hour 10. But hey.
No.
I think so.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah. Let's keep it going. This will give me a lot of content to put up. All right. I stopped listening because it took them too long to get to the point. And that literally just proved my point of what I just said. Because the attention spans are like completely shot now, and they couldn't even stick to the 3-minute clip. It was 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes is not long. Like,
well, no,
but it took them. Wow.
I mean, if you compare it. All right, go ahead, man.
I'm just gonna move on. This guy said, so if I stop getting taller or start getting skinnier, then I stop being alive, is what he said. Stop being alive is what he said. And then I said, just because you stop getting taller doesn't mean you stop growing. Nice try. And then he said, your body is always growing new skin and hair cells. That's someone who's with us.
Yeah.
And then, this guy said, fair enough. Just wanted to post a joke response.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I like
fair
that.
Enough.
I like that.
He actually had me going there for a minute.
Me too. I was like, okay. This next guy said, that was painful, rolling eyes emoji.
I'm sure it was.
And then someone else said,
nappy nap time.
On this. No responses on this one. His name is Aiden. He said, okay, so what? So no responses to that. Well, evidently you don't care about life. This guy says, what this guy is actually, I think he's giving you a compliment. He said he remembers all this from the 3rd grade. And someone else said, no. It wasn't you or any of us. Someone just responded that way. Someone said, took too long. A guy named Ocean says, no one is arguing that isn't human existence. It's just not a baby, not a person. Has no experience, it can remember, has no identity, it has no lived life. If a miscarriage happens, where are the tombstones? Oh my gosh, I think there are tombstones. There are graves for miscarriages. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there are. I've known more than one couple that had to bury their.
Someone responded to him saying, "My mother and daughter could show you."
Ooh.
Yeah. And he said, show me. He said, show me what? And they said, the tombstones.
The tombstones.
Whoa. Love it when people have that clap back.
I do too.
And then he tried to keep it going. He said, you don't know where it is. And of course, they being conservatives were like, this guy isn't worth it.